Wow, serious chocolate. Wow. Looks good. I think it's bigger than you, right?
I think so. Shall I go for it?
Yeah, let's do it. See how it is. Guys, we're on a mission, not from God, though I think he would approve, to find the best churros and chocolate in Madrid. Yoly,
Yeah.
do you think we are going to succeed?
I think we will succeed, and I define success as not getting a tummy ache.
Okay. So we're gonna go to 5 places in Madrid that are renowned for their churros and to see which one is the best. But make sure you hang till the end, because the last place we're going to is the famous Chocolateria San Ginés, the most famous place in Madrid. And we'll see how they stack up. So venga, let's go.
Hola,
Hola, buenas. Estamos haciendo un vídeo sobre los mejores churros de Madrid. Así que vivimos por el barrio. So we're kicking off in our neighborhood place, Las Farillas, just up the road from us. This is where we came on my birthday for churros for breakfast, and I was really impressed with the discovery. It's really, really good.
So in each place we're gonna get churros and porras, and so it's churros and then the thicker cousin, the porra. The world is divided into 2 kinds of people, the ones that love churros and the ones that love porras.
I think I'm a porra guy. Porra means club, literally something you will club someone over the head with. But these are getting cold. Should we get into it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
La la!
First bite of the day. You haven't had breakfast.
Starving actually.
Yeah. What
I
makes a
love
good churro?
Crunchy texture is of the essence. You want it warm as well. The flavor needs to be something in between. Like you can taste the oil. I mean, it's fried in the end, deep fried. So you need to get a little bit of the oil, and also, I don't know, just like a lovely balance of like the salt and and then when you dunk it.
Not yet. It's incredible how you can be so subtle about something that is flour, water, and salt, Yoly. But big smile. Now the porra. What makes a great porra? It is just thick and crunchy as well. A little bit of oil, but not too oily. This feels good. It tastes good. It smells just right. It's the smell.
Yum.
Yeah, that is good. Crunchy, doughy on the inside, and the chocolate. The chocolate must be thick, not too sweet. It's not drinking chocolate, people. Look at that. Literally breakfast of champions. That chocolate's good. That's really good. Let's see how you do taste the chocolate, Yoly. What do you think?
I mean, you know, you want to like really taste it, you just go. Oh, have a taste. Oh, with a spoon.
Good.
It is delicious. Yum.
Okay, first neighborhood stop was amazing. Beautiful, thick chocolate.
Yeah.
Not oily, crunchy. Let's go to Huertas for the next stop. See how it stacks up. Next, we hit up Chocolat in the Huertas neighborhood. It's run by Alfonso, who's a master churrero, and he let me into his kitchen to see how the churros are made. The ingredients are simple: flour, salt, and water. Porras also have a little bit of baking soda to help puff them up. The porras are fried in massive curled rolls in oil approaching 200 degrees Celsius. With 2 metal sticks, Alfonso works the roll until it's perfectly golden brown. Then out it goes to be cut up with scissors. The churros, however, have to be separated with a little sleight of hand as they're squirted out of the machine. And ever the romantic, Alfonso turns them into hearts for Valentine's Day. He shows me his forearms and hands, which are covered with burns from years of working over such hot oil, but it's a sacrifice he seems happy to make for his art. We got everything to take away and headed up to the Plaza Santa Ana for our tasting. Okay, and Alfonso is a guy who's an entrepreneur. He's doing St. Valentine's Day Love Hearts. Does it say Valentine's Day, Yoly?
Yeah, San Valentin. No, today no.
Anyway, coming for the crunch test, Yoly.
It's there.
That was a big crunch.
I know.
And here's the thing, guys. When you're ordering churros and porras, you can order them individually. So you don't have to order like a whole bunch. So you say, I want 2 churros and 1 porra, for example. It's quite dark. One of the things I've always loved about Alfonso's chocolate is the darkness of it.
It is very dark, yeah.
Ooh. Wow, it's really good. Now I'm losing churros.
Kudos for the chocolate, yeah. Wow. It's even smoky. Am I making that up?
No, there is a smokiness to it. Smoky dark.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, the porra guy. I'm the porra guy.
Yeah.
They come longer than this. He cut them up for us to make them manageable. Oh yeah.
Yummy, huh?
Yeah, really good. Kind of that dough, almost a donut-y kind of flavor there. Chocolat. Really good. I mean, this chocolate is insane. Okay, the competition is heating up after Las Farillas and Chocolat. Now we're going to a place up in Bravo Murillo, another neighborhood place that's family run, been around since the early 20th century, and they are famous for their churros, believe it or not. All right, here you go.
Yes.
Can you eat more, Yoly, or are you full?
I think I can manage a couple more.
Like a true Spaniard. Now, I don't know if it's going to have the best churros. It does qualify as the loudest terrace. So we're right here by some sort of bus stop. One thing I want to tell you guys about before we dive in and test this stuff is the history of churros. Where the hell do they come from? There's two theories. One is that they come from China via the Portuguese going to China hundreds of years ago. There's a thing in China which is very similar to the porra. Yoly and I had it when we were in Hong Kong called youtiao. And it is something you have for breakfast. They're fried in big vats of oil and you dip them in congee, which is like rice porridge for breakfast, or milk I think as well. And they're really similar. The other theory is that these are an old sort of shepherd's food from Spain, where while you're driving your sheep up and down, you couldn't have baked goods like bread, so you'd make like fried bread, hence churros when you're tending your sheep in the mountains or something. And it's interesting, there is a breed of sheep called the churra sheep, and so the idea is maybe the churro, the name, kind of reflects the horns of the churra sheep.
So they're curly like that too, yeah?
They're curly like a churro. Like that.
Beautiful.
Neither are probably true.
No.
Let's try this. It does look good.
Ooh.
Yeah?
This is good.
It's good?
I need to bite into the porra by itself because I can feel the
Good
a
porra?
very, very lovely flavor.
Crunch test coming. Yeah, I've had crunchier.
Yeah.
Alfonso was crunchier. Okay. I'm gonna taste the chocolate your style, Yoly.
Yeah.
Está bueno.
It's rico?
It's good, yeah. Good consistency. That pudding-like texture that I like.
Yeah, it's
Quite
thick, huh?
similar to Las Farolas.
Wow. Yeah, very soft, kind of silky. Silky is the word I was looking for.
It's like we're talking about wine now.
Yeah. Bit too sweet maybe.
So if you're curious about prices, particularly in the neighborhoods, what we had here, 2 churros, 1 porra, and a chocolate, was $2.75. And I asked the lady, if you wanted to buy 1 churro and have it here, that would be, how much did you say? 55 cents.
55 cents.
And if you get a takeaway, it's about 35. And 1 porra, about that long, to have here would be €1, to give you an idea. So you can see they're not super expensive. Okay, next up, we're heading right into the historic center to go to 2 really famous places for chocolate, for churros, Balor and San Ginés, Chocolateria San Ginés, the most famous, which we're heading up last. So back on the metro, Yoly. Let's go. Time for more breakfast. Need to keep eating churros. I'm so hungry for churros.
All the time.
So before we hit the next churros place, I recently took a course, well, a class by this woman called Khalees, who's an entrepreneur, a chef, a musician, and a saucier. I've also always wanted to say the word saucier. And I took a class on Skillshare, and it was super cool, on sauces. Now, for those of you who know me will know that I spend Friday nights drinking wine and doing Skillshare classes instead of watching Netflix. For the newbies, Skillshare is an online learning community that has thousands of courses for creative and curious people, and sometimes they sponsor some of our videos and support us, and they're sponsoring this one. It's a place where you can explore new skills, deepen existing interests, or just get lost in your creativity. And here's what is great about Khalees' class is she makes sauces personal, sauces and dressings. But she goes beyond there and she helps you kind of express your own story and personality through the sauces you make and through the way you cook, which sounds all a bit fluffy and a bit woohoo, but it's actually not out there and it's super cool and I kind of feel liberated. So I've made this amazing salad dressing I've been using all week in salads that Yoly is obsessed with. So if you guys are looking to dive into something new, creative challenges like cooking or even drawing can be just a great way to get focused. If you're looking to get your mind moving or take care of yourself by just getting immersed in something rich and interesting or connect with cool people, then Skillshare is just an amazing place to keep learning. So you guys know the drill. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. After that, it's about $10 a month. All right. Sign up and let's go and keep stuffing our face with churros and making ourselves sick. So stop number 4, Balor. It started in Alicante in the 1880s. A lot of these places are really old. Obviously it's a good business to be in, you know, churros. The margins must be amazing. So they're super famous for their chocolate de taza. They're like, you know, dipping chocolate in a cup. No good translation for that. And their churros look a little bit half porra, half churro, which is interesting. And you can only order them in lots of 4. What you'll find here and at San Ginés is now that we're in the kind of historic, normally the tourist center, you actually can't order individuals. I don't think they have porras either. So Yoly, but before we dive in and taste this chocolate they're famous for, there's a lot of confusion about how to eat churros. Like, I see you've got coffee there. Do you dunk it in sugar? Give me the camera. I feel like you need to
very simple.
dispel.
It's a very simple affair.
Okay, baby. How do we eat churros?
Well, most people will have them with the chocolate, with the dark drinking chocolate, right? So you just grab one. Shall I give you an example?
Yeah. But I've also seen sugar is a thing.
Sugar is a thing. I hadn't seen much sugar on churros until I met you, actually.
Oh wow, that's a bad sign.
So some people will sprinkle it on the churros, and some people will sprinkle it on the plate and then just dunk it on that sugar.
Yeah.
I just don't like biting on sugar like that, so I'm not for that. So,
But a lot of people, this is what was for me, and I don't think many tourists do this, will dunk it in their coffee, right?
yeah, a lot of people will order like a café solo or café con leche more frequently, and they'll just dunk it on their café con leche, and it's a traditional breakfast. Our friend Lucas, whom we say hi from here, although he doesn't watch us, he does that. He does that for breakfast very, very often.
Okay, these churros I find a little bit weird. They're a bit sort of bready. Not my favorite so far here at Balor. Yeah, let's see what this famous chocolate is like. These guys are known for their chocolate. Wow, really sweet. I really like it.
Oh.
Like a vanilla-y thing going on.
Oh.
Not convinced. Too milky. Not true Spanish chocolate de taza, in my opinion.
Tell you what, I get the smokiness that we got in Chocolat.
Oh, really?
It's true that it's sweeter than others that we've had, but
You're convinced?
yeah, I would save them from the fire.
And finally we hit Chocolateria San Ginés, the most famous churros place in Madrid. So Yoly, big question.
Yeah.
Are churros for dessert or not? When do Spaniards such as yourself eat churros?
Never for dessert. Never at 2:30 like it is right now, 2:30 p.m. Maybe 2:30 a.m. So you have churros as a Spaniard for breakfast, mid-morning tea perhaps, and merienda, mid-afternoon tea. That's kind of it. Never for the dessert. I mean, this is like a meal almost. So how can you have this after another meal?
Okay. San Ginés' favorite. Let's see how it stacks up.
By itself,
Churro.
just to truly taste it.
Tension. Yeah?
It's lovely. It's crunchy, has a very, very nice flavor.
Yeah.
I like it. Not too oily. It's nice. Huh. Yummy, but I don't find it that very special. It's yummy. It's yummy.
Tension.
So hard.
That was an evil laugh.
Oh, smelling.
Smells good. Not as much crunch there. It's okay. It's okay. Actually just got sounded like a baking soda aftertaste in the porra. I wonder if there's a little bit too much going on there.
Are you trying to be a super taster like me?
Pretty good, huh? A little sweet, like Balor, but not as sweet. Okay, my brain is full, my stomach is addled, or I think it's the other way around. And we need to decide what our favorites are. Thinking back through these 5, there have been some highlights, and San Ginés, the chocolate was actually better than I remembered. Not so much the churros and the porras, but overall, I think the best for me is Chocolat, the second place we went to. I want to hear what you think, Yoly.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
the churros and the porras were great. He makes them great, but the chocolate, man, that just was unique. He really elevated it. Thick, smoky, dark, slight, not too sweet. I'm loving Alfonso. Great work. So he wins this year's award. Chocolate Oscars, the churros Oscars. Yoly, what about you?
I think that, as a local that I am, I'm going to stick to the barrio and say that Las Farolas is my favorite. Also, it's handy to have the favorite very close to home.
You're so practical.
Exactly. I always let a big chunk of that to play into my mind,
So guys, if you want to keep checking out great places to eat in Madrid, we've made a playlist up here of some of our favorite tapas bars, restaurants, everything in Madrid when you can finally get here, which will hopefully be soon. Fingers crossed. All right, hasta luego.
Bye
Ciao.
bye.
A couple of churros and a couple of churros and a porra.